Making art every day for 31 days? Can I really do that? Well, I'm challenging this idea by participating in Peachtober this year and making an art piece every single day for the month of October. Howdy hey, I'm Kit Kat and welcome to day 13 of Peachtober. Wow, we are really doing this every single day. Oh. Before we get into anything, it is time for Card Attack time! The time where I pick an extra challenge for the day. So with that, let's pick our challenge. Today's challenge is maybe a medium, where I have to somehow include a different medium in the piece. Now, the main thing is, if you are watching regularly, you know that I'm doing everything digitally. So how am I going to include a medium in the piece? Well, it kind of is similar to Texture Tornado. There are so many art pens in Procreate, and so I thought it would be cool to use a pen that feels more like using a paintbrush or a different medium. I tend to do a lot more line work, so the piece will be including texture, but also in a way like a different medium from Procreate, not just line art. Although I'm sure some of the piece will have line art in it as well. I think this is going to work well with today's prompt because I forgot to say it, but today's prompt is marble. And I was like really struggling with how to include marble in my art because you can't eat marbles. So like, how does that work? So I have an idea, but then also I could go a completely different route with my idea. This is my silly little sketch. This is not at all what I did for the piece. And yeah, I'll go more into that in just a couple seconds. Also, I didn't show you my color palette. We are so all over the place with this video, but this is the color palette I guess I decided to use for the piece today. And okay, that's everything you need to know. So now let's get cooking. And we're back with another voiceover with Kit Kat. I ended up going completely different from the original sketch I had, and I made a whole new sketch. I think it worked out better in the end, and I don't regret taking the time to make a new sketch because I didn't really love my idea, and I was really struggling with how to include the grocery store theme along with the challenge, along with the prompt for the day. I think when coming up with sketches, this is the one that I struggled the most with. What could I possibly do for this? So here's the thing. I tried to include the grocery store to the best of my ability in this sketch, but instead of just doing that, I went off of something very different and very nostalgic for me. And I'm going to tell you the story of this design and why I did it the way I did. So when I was in 5th grade, I learned about how to play this game with marbles. My teacher taught my whole class, and it became kind of a thing in class to get cool marbles with different patterns and designs on the marbles, and we would all play this marble game. I don't really remember all the rules to the game anymore, but I know that there was this string, and you were trying to get people's marbles out of the circle of string. And so I thought it would be fun to go back to that time when I remember begging my mom all the time to go get me cool marbles with cool patterns. And I thought it would be cool to go back in time and illustrate that memory that I had of playing with marbles. And there's another person in the illustration. It's me, and I'm playing against someone. I feel like that could be anyone, but when I think of the one person it probably would have been my little brother, because I definitely forced him to play this marble game with me. And I also had multiple different marbles. I remember I had a set that was more primary colored marbles. I remember I had a set that was black and white, or maybe tiger theme. My memory is kind of fading on this whole marble game, but I just remember that year in 5th grade just being obsessed with marbles and wanting to get not just like any marbles, but like marbles to play this game with my classmates. And then also like they had to have cool patterns and they had to be colorful. And I just think it's a fun memory, and I thought it would be way more enjoyable to illustrate that for today's prompt than what I originally had planned. The way I tried to include grocery store in it is I know that it was a game that I would play during lunch sometimes with friends or at recess or with my brother at home, snacking on little treats. So I decided to just include like a little snack as if we just got back from the grocery store, we're snacking on our goldfish, and we're playing marbles. And I know that this isn't the most grocery store themed one I've done, but I really loved my idea and the nostalgic memory lane that I got to go down on for this design, and that is why I did it. And I'll be back with a more grocery themed art piece tomorrow for sure, but I just wanted to illustrate this memory I had of my marbles from 5th grade. And also, I had so much fun working on this piece. I really explored a lot of the different pens and brushes in Procreate and got more acquainted with the new brush album that just came out of the new things that they released on the app, and there's some really cool ones, and I'm excited to keep messing around with that library of pens and keep checking them out and applying them to my work. And so this was my process for today. Thanks for coming along for it, and with that, it's time to get into the end of the video. One more thing before we get into the end of the video, I wanted to dedicate this piece to my little brother who enjoyed playing games with me, and thank you for playing so many games with me growing up, even though I was sort of the worst sometimes and wouldn't let you win. Sorry about that, LOL. I know we get along now great, and I'm grateful for that, but I wanted to dedicate the piece to him, and I know that he's probably going to watch this video, so that's why I wanted to take a moment to let him know how fun it was to play fun games like this marble game and other games with him, and it's a fun memory I still have today from 5th grade. Alright, now to the end of the video. And you made it to the end of the video where I get to show you the final piece. I definitely struggled a little bit with both the prompt and the challenge and how to put those together, but we made it work. It's okay. And here we are. Make sure to click that subscribe button, the like button, the comment button, all the things. Let me know what you thought of the art and today's Peachtober challenge and all that stuff. I'm making a YouTube video every single day of Peachtober. Today is day 13. I'm almost halfway through, which is crazy. It means I've almost been making videos here on YouTube consistently for like half a month, which is crazy. I've never done this before, and it's been a lot of work. I think it's been really rewarding though, and it's something I can't wait to even look back on when Peachtober is over and kind of go back on memory lane of the pieces that were made and how it went. So I've had a lot of fun, still figuring it out, YouTube in general and social media in general, and yeah, it's been a journey for sure, but thank you for being a part of it, and I hope to see you tomorrow for another day of Peachtober. But with that, I will catch you on the flippity flop. Bye!